Okay. Let's see how this goes. Hey, everybody. I haven't been working on uploading YouTube videos because I've been feeling sick. Actually, my whole family has been sick, so um, the YouTube videos will come out a bit later than I hoped for. Um, but my channel is known for taking months off from uploading, so probably not gonna notice a difference anyways. But anyways, I wanted to make a reflection about 2022. It's started doing this, making this video a bit late. Currently recording this on uh, January 2nd, right? Um, but I think it's gonna be a meaningful reflection, title of the video, um, about how this year went for me and for this channel. So I think I'm going to uh, organize this in a matter of months, right? I think breaking up into 12 chunks is a good idea. So let's start off with January, right? This month, right now, last year. Uh, this month, last year, I was doing better. I was, uh, the previous year, I was struggling with depression and energy. I had weaned myself off of antidepressants uh, while working on a farm. So that really messed up my mood. And I was uh, going to school and working on a farm at the same time. And that really just wasn't a right combination. Uh, so I was in a very low place. But then December came around and I was able to take some time for myself and I played some Minecraft, trying to build up my mental flexibility and my energy. So coming into January, I was still playing a bit of Minecraft, but and I was in like a calm state, right? I was like an ocean with steady waves, uh, but there wasn't much. There wasn't. I wasn't moving the tide up. It was just a steady ebb and flow. Um, this was the time that I was taking my English and physics classes, and I'd say that semester was one of the highlights of this year for me because I was able to build my energy up a lot, and I was able to make some good friends. Um, though I haven't been, I I I didn't keep in contact with any of them anymore. Completely my fault. I deleted my Facebook after that semester, um, which I was communicating with a lot of them on Facebook, so that definitely cut ties with them. I was I was just ready to move on and move past it. Because it was at the end of that semester that I fell ill, and I was burnt out with the class. But January, so January, good period. Um, I was having fun in my English class. Physics, I was not doing well at all throughout the class. Um, then February came around. February. And I reconnected with Big D. We have known each other since grade 9. Um, it's been 4 years now since we've graduated, but I had ceased contacting him because I went through a major depressive episode for about 3 years, 3.5 years, um, and I was reluctant to reach out and contact him again, even though we've like occasionally ran into each other on the bus, or at VIU, right, Vancouver Island University, um, and that was for petty reasons. I felt bad about how good his life was doing, and how terrible I, I felt like my life was doing. Um, and second thing is that he makes a lot of inappropriate jokes, um, like sex jokes and jokes about black guys' balls, and I thought I was above it, and I'm not. I'm not. I'm not an intellectual or a scholar um, who has higher ideals and is above uh, this vanity and this fleeting sex sensation. Um, no, and if you think you are, then you're a bit pretentious, like I was, and I still can be quite pretentious. Um, but February, we reconnected again. I went over to his place, and we sat and we were supposed to watch a movie, but we mostly just talked about how it's been. And then he's like, "Hey, do you want to talk to your other friend that you knew from high school?" And I'm like, sure. And it was this big moment of her and I finally reconnecting and having a heart to heart. And that was a really big moment of this year. That was in February, if I haven't said it already. That that really changed things about my life for the better. Um, so I'm very grateful for that to happen. Um, why I came around to contacting Big D, I think I just smartened up, and I just really needed a friend, and I just I had to let go of trying to be more virtuous, or thinking I'm more virtuous than him, which I'm not. Um, so February, yep. March came around, and that that was at the end of the semester, and I was I became good friends with this one girl in my English class, and let's call her Janet. Right, Janet and I, we'd hike up Mount Benson, and we would just hang out and talk over Snapchat. But I don't know. I I we we started going for a walk um, by the ocean, and it felt like the mood between us had changed, um, and that we were that this was the end of our brief friendship. Um, so that, and then I fell ill during March, and I had a panic attack and could not finish several large papers in English, and could not finish the final exam in physics, and um, felt like everything just fell apart. And and then April rolled around. Uh, my when I took a math class, right? Uh, Math is one of my stronger suits, uh, so I did pretty well in it. I enjoyed it. I had the same teacher as I had in a previous math class before the pandemic, so it was nice because I like him as a teacher. He's a really good teacher, um, and I did. Was it? I think it was. Yeah, I think it was the math class that I also made some friends in. I'm try. I made one friend group in the English class, and then another one in math. And yeah, it was, and I made some good friends there. And one of them has their own YouTube channel. I'll post a link in the description, and they speedrun Lint. Haven't talked to them since September, but he's a pretty cool dude. Shout out to you. Uh, don't know if your name is public, but shout out to you. Um, and yeah, like those 2 semesters, I'd say overall went pretty well. Um, but I made the mistake um, on both of them for isolating myself from from them after they were over. Um, that was my fault. But during the the math class, I started up this YouTube channel, and I think yeah, because during that it was May. Let's go on YouTube, right? Because it was May when I met Camellia, and let's go on to the YouTube channel, and that's when I started up this YouTube channel, right? All right. It has no likes on it. May 3rd. Yeah, yeah. So at the start of May, I met Camellia, and I started this YouTube channel. It was something I was wanting to do for a while now, and I said I think the time's right, so I used it to make Isaac videos and to make goofy videos. Um, I during the 3 subscriber milestone, I had fun making that. I still smile thinking back on that video. Um, I listed some things I wanted to do with this YouTube channel, right? Interview people, have more guests on, and I didn't quite do most of the things I said in that video. But, you know, things change in your life and priorities, and this whole year has been a mental uh, journey, spiritual journey to um, between going off of antidepressants. I started weaning myself off in February, and then I think in June, the middle of June, middle or close to between the middle and start of June, I went cold turkey. So between February, March, April, February, March, April, May, June. 5 months. It's not long. That's a very short time to wean yourself off of these powerful drugs, and I'm very sensitive to the effects of drugs. I wonder if you could hear my phone. You should definitely turn off your phone when recording a video. But I'm sensitive to the effects of drugs, so that really did not hit well, and you could definitely see it in the YouTube videos during that time of June and after. Not in a good good space. But okay, let's go back. Let's go back. We've gone a bit too far now. So math class, April, May, June, right? May, at the start of May, met Camellia. It was a weird way of meeting her. I was just walking with my dog, and then these 2 actresses walked by, and they loved my dog. And then right after that, and unrelated to her, Camellia just walks on by with her dog, and man, her dog is energetic, and she was berating. She was talking very loudly to her dog, telling her dog that he's misbehaving and that this is not okay, and it felt very intense to me at the time. And like I said something like, "Whoa, okay," and she looked at me, and I felt like I was being interrogated, because she's like, "What do you mean by that?" And I I was just trying to I was not expecting that, so I just went into like my defense mode, and just tried to just like brush it off. Like, no, I didn't like mean it in a bad way. I was just a bit shocked, and um, to say the least, I felt like the first interaction did not go well. But then I ran into her a couple days after, and she's like, "That was such a good experience. It was nice meeting you." And I'm like, I was confused because I did not perceive it that way. Um, and then after that, we ran into each other a couple more times, and then started going for morning walks together. And uh, around this time, Big D would come over and hang out for the weekend. And so I was having him and Camellia and his girlfriend at the time come over. So it was nice. Felt like I had a good bunch of friends. And then so things went well. May, June, and then I started working at a resort. And I think it was at the end of my semester, so end of June, start of July, I started working as a housekeeper. And this is where things take a major downhill for me this year. Um, Housekeeping, I have to say, physically demanding job. It is tough as hell. And people don't realize the physical work it goes into it. It is intense, right? And it started off fine, right? But then it was a mix of, I started to take the job more seriously because for the first couple of weeks I was just being relaxed doing it, right? But then once I felt like the pressure of like having to work faster kicked in, and around that was around the same time that I started to really feel the effects of antidepressant withdrawal. And these two things combined made for a horrible experience. It just completely wrecked my body and mood. It strained my relationship with Camellia. And should say that it's not the outside influences that make us do things. We choose to feel and act our a certain way through our own choices, right? Um, we were walking through a forest once when she was talking about that, and this was after working, and my brain wasn't really um, on. It was like it was slowly loading, and I was just drained, and I didn't really know what she was talking about, and she got pissed off about something I said that was insensitive, and our relationship just went downhill from there because I was not happy. I was miserable, and I didn't feel like I had the strength to be happy. Um, so June, July, August, working through housekeeping during the summer. Much busier than normal, apparently, and we were short staffed. So it was a hellish summer, but I stuck through it, through housekeeping. And this was around the time I also decided, hey, my life is, I'm a unusual person, so my path will be unusual, so I will no longer go to school and I will figure something out instead. And I've decided to go back on that, on what I planned, so I'm going back to school this month. But I didn't go back to school during the fall. I decided to take a break from it because I was not passionate about school at all. Um, I I think it was at the end of the first semester this year. I started to be disillusioned with school and not very passionate about it. So I decided to stop going to school um, sometime during the summer. Um, so summertime, I worked as housekeeping. I made friends in housekeeping. Everyone was very supportive, even the guests. Um, but it was the lowest point of this year. September, when Camelia's and I relationship, like friendship, finally ended. Uh, because I I wasn't thinking, uh, to say the least. We had planned to do something, and I showed up to it completely miserable, and um, so she drove me home, and she said a lot of hurtful things. This person, and she's known. Well, she is an expert at saying things, like mean things that are also true. So they dig deep in you, and after that day, I had to think real hard about myself, my actions, who I was, um, and I won't forget. I have not forgotten that day. It doesn't haunt me. Um, I'm glad I've learned from it, but that was probably the lowest I've been. And then, so that was September. September, November, October. It was sometime during November I decided to quit housekeeping. There became a day where my body just physically could not move anymore. I think it was the the stress that really got to me. the being unhappy, chronic unhappiness and stress wreaks a toll on a person's body. And with very little happiness or reprieve from the suffering, my body just broke down, and I could no longer physically move my arms past my shoulder height, and I could barely even keep them up in the air for a few seconds. So I just spent November and spent much of September, but November, especially in October. No, wait. It was October. I was getting October and November mixed up, but it was much of October and November that I just sat around inside, couldn't do very much. It felt very defeating, and I felt helpless, and I had support from friends and family, and I'm very grateful for that. But I don't know. I forgot to mention that September was when I decided to go back on my antidepressants again. And I thought they would change things for the better. But for a long time, for months, things only got worse for me. So I felt like a fool going back on the antidepressants and not sticking with it, with completely detoxing off of this medication. But things did turn around for me. December was a pretty good month for me. Big D and I hung out quite a bit. He got together with a new girl, and he's much happier. It's quite nice to see it. And yeah, December was just a nice month of just getting my strength back up, working a bit more on this YouTube channel, and yeah, this has been 35 minutes of talking. Wow. time to make this into a video, then I've said all that I need to say right now. We've covered a lot of major things that have happened to me without getting too personal, but quite personal. Of what's happened to me this year. So thank you for my 17 subscribers now. Right? Haven't made a subscriber milestone for that. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Who knows? Maybe this is the subscriber milestone. Secret subscriber milestone. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Right? Yeah. I'm finally getting back to my good old self again. It's nice to see it. So, anyways, if you like the video, subscribe, or not. Who cares? You'll see me in the next one. Bye.